Okay, welcome to the live stream of the podcast, The Colors of Cross-Cultural Womanhood. Today I'm talking with Carrie Froggett from the Frog Project, and we're going to dive a little bit more into the podcast conversation we had quite a while ago. So we're going to highlight something that's very interesting for women living abroad. The episode is going live today. It's called From Anxiety to Alignment, Yoga, Intercultural Living and Life Transitions with Carrie Froggett. Carrie, welcome.
Thank you so much, Chaya. It's so nice to see you.
Yes. So let's see how you, because during our podcast conversation, you spoke about Ayurveda and the gunyas, and also really kind of how that would help women living abroad. So can you tell us a little bit more about gunyas for people who don't know what that is, and then as well how you would kind of advise women abroad to get familiar with the gunyas, their emotional states, and give them maybe a practical toolkit?
Such a big question.
Yes.
I'll try. So it's really interesting that you asked this, actually, because since we did the podcast, I don't know when it was, or probably almost a year ago, I've been doing a lot of work on the gunas for my community, and it's so fascinating because the gunas are the three energies that exist within everything. So you have tamas, which is the energy of inertia, which can be characterized as when you feel lethargic, when you are dealing with brain fog, which many women do, and also men, but women of a certain age, we struggle with brain fog and thinking straight. Lethargy, that energy when you don't want to get off the sofa and you feel everything feels heavy, or everything feels like a chore, or it just feels like there's too much to do. This is the energy of tamas, which when out of balance can be bad because it makes us feel like we don't have the get up and go, or the vibrancy or the vitality that maybe we've experienced at other times. However, it can be good because at nighttime you need tamas because you want to sleep. You don't want your mind racing. You want to be in a place of letting go and release. So that's tamas. That's one of the gunas. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the guna of rajas. And rajas is very excitable, very energized. And when out of balance, it can be characterized as things like anxiety or stress or worries. I speak to a lot of people that say, I can't stop the monkey mind. And to me, this is Rajas energy in action. It's when, especially for women, and I'm learning a lot, men are very sort of focused, one thing at a time, whereas women, we try to multitask and we try to bring in a million thoughts in one moment, and we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. And this scatteredness can create anxiety, it can create worry, it can create feelings of restlessness and unease in the body. So that's Rajas. So you generally are like floating between tamasic energy and rajasic energy. And just to say, Rajas isn't all bad. Like if you have something very important to do and you need to have like a high amount of energy, you're packing for a holiday, or you're trying to organize lots of things, a rajasic energy is very supportive to that mindset. On the other hand, at bedtime, you don't want too much rajas in the system because you'll be lying in bed at night with your mind in all of the different places. So that's rajas. And then in the middle, you have the energy or the guna of sattva. And sattva is the energy of balance, of clarity, of calm. And this is the energy that we all want to be, in and within, because from this place, and Ayurveda speak about it in terms of you make good decisions when you're coming from a place of calm, of clarity, of centeredness. You say the right things, you think the right things, you can be focused, you can be present, you can give people the energy, the attention that they need, you can give yourself the energy and the presence and the attention that you need. So that's sattva. However, the law of Ayurveda and the law of the gunas is that the three are constantly interplaying, and you might experience all or elements of all. sort of in any given moment or degrees, you know, so it's not like a one size fits all, this is the energy I have, but it kind of ebbs and flows constantly, and then different things we do can impact the energy that we're experiencing. So you asked for a toolkit, and this is a really, really great question, because once you understand that the energies exist, I think acceptance is the first part of the toolkit. So it's like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. This is the energy that's dominating this moment. So once you kind of say, you know what, I'm human, this is happening. Once you accept, then you can make little decisions that help shift and change the energy. And this is what we do at the Frog Project. So if you are feeling tamasic, if you're feeling heavy, lethargic, like dull, foggy in the brain, then it's a very simple equation. You just need to add a little bit of rajas, which lifts you out. And so what does that mean? A little bit of rajas could be something that lifts your energy higher. So fresh air, maybe a black coffee, depending on the time of the day, maybe a yoga practice, something energetic if you have it in you. If you don't, something more gentle can still get the movement in the body, get the energy flowing around the body, which lifts you out of tamas. Put down your phone, stop scrolling. Like those are the sorts of things which really like exasperate tamasic energy. It kind of feeds it, fuels it. So you need to get out in nature, move, breathe, put on an amazing song and sing it really loud. Those are the tools that you need. You add a little rajas to get out of tamas. On the other side of the coin, if you are feeling very rajasic, your mind is all over the place, then you want to add a little bit of sattva. And what this means is you want to bring in something which will help bring you back. So a nice meditation or a nice yoga nidra or a nice gentle yoga class will bring you down. Pranayama, breathing will also really help. Journaling can really, it's anything that can kind of tone down the excitable energy in the body. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Jaya.
How would you, like, because you've lived abroad as well, you lived in many Asian countries, right? So if you're kind of thinking back at that period and you now have this knowledge of the gunyas, is there something even more specific that you would think for women abroad? Because I mean, it's easy in a way to get overwhelmed. It's easy to feel unsafe, anxious, homesick. Kind of, because there we obviously have the different states as well. Is there not a particular tool or kind of advice that you could give them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything very specific to those living abroad or those not living abroad, because when you look at it like this, it's actually about increasing your own self-awareness. And maybe when you're living abroad, it feels more acute what's going on because you don't have the support network, you don't have those like safety nets to fall into. You can't just go visit a neighbor or just go see a friend or escape from where you are. But it's interesting because I lived abroad for many years, and then for the last 8 I've been in the UK, and it's almost more difficult. I really crave the excitement and the adventure of not having the safety support, because when you're at home, it's almost more closed in. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think that for anybody living home or away, having an awareness of what's going on in yourself, and then just knowing that it's all normal and it's all part of having a human mind and the human experience, which is what yoga teaches us day in, day out. And I just think that being abroad, we have possibly less certainty. There's more things that feel a little bit less like you can hold on to them and that they're tangible. But that is an illusion of being at home, because being at home also isn't certainty. And I think that's the most important thing. It's this mindset that we can't hold on to anything, and regardless of the position we put ourselves in, whether it's, you know, in the Himalayas living by yourself, or whether it's in the center of a city in your hometown, like, you still have a human mind, and you're still going to be subject to the interplay of the gunas. And in yoga they call it the attachment and the aversion, but all philosophies have their own version, whether it's Eastern or Western philosophy. They have their own language for the same thing, which is human beings crave stability and certainty, but that's the one thing that can't be guaranteed. And so it's about journeying within ourselves, and by having more self-awareness and more acceptance and more compassion for ourselves, that I think is the way forward. And like practical tools, and I guess I got this from living away as well, if you have like a self practice, you know, whether it's a yoga practice or a meditation practice or a journaling practice, whatever it is, it brings you back to yourself. It helps you to feel more connected, and when you feel more connected, then you do have more chance of feeling sort of more sattvic, more balanced, more calm, and you can make decisions, or you can regulate yourself better when things are out of your control. Does that make any sense?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love it. So you've spoken for almost 12 minutes. I think this is really helpful for everyone, but you know, as my focus is on women living abroad, I think it's very important what you just said, you know, especially the last few minutes. So thank you so much. And I mean, for everyone listening, for those listening to the replay, the episode is live today. So go and listen how Carrie managed anxiety when living abroad, how that kind of disappeared, how she moved into the Frog Project with, you know, just being a new mom. A lot, you know, that kind of translates into womanhood. So thank you so much, Carrie.
Thanks, Chaya. See you soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, I'm trying to switch the live off.